closing session. Jeannie was here.
She's right back in the hall.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I doubt Travis will actually do it, but he could certainly get passed on to somebody.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's
Hi, how are you? Doing all right. All right, all right. Any miss school this summer?
I just got back, I've been there 6 weeks.
Well,
I'm tired of running around visiting great-grandkids and grandkids and sons and daughters.
yeah.
I got 14
Good morning, Jeannie.
grandsons.
I had a guy in my office. I'm here to talk to you about the copier in my office. I did.
I'm sorry?
She's got to turn everything on.
Yes.
Grandsons.
I did get 2 bids, and that was tricky because evidently this has gotten really tight as far as profitability and people working on copiers and selling copiers and stuff. So I have one bid out of Hayes and one out of Colby. They are for this very same exact amount of dollars. So, I don't know what you want to do here. I think one was, yeah, here it is. He gave me 3 bids, 3 different kinds of copiers. But they're the same bids. Yeah, 4166 and 4466, and that has the setup, delivery, freight, and the beginning stuff. So we're really talking same dollars across the board. We're looking at, this is a heavy duty. What's crazy about this is that they gave us 3 different kinds, and the biggest heavy duty is the biggest, most capacity is cheapest. It's $20 cheaper than, or $20 within $20, $50 of the next one down below, but it's way bigger, better, heavier capacity. And through this community, U.S. Communities Copier Purchase Program, the price goes from $14,000 down to $4,000. From $14,203 total retail to $41.66 through this program right here. Now, Ed had asked another time, or mentioned about painted half and half. Can't do it through this program. It's a one and done. So here is what it looks like. It doesn't have the side. We won't have. And this is pretty much. We won't have this on there nor this. It'll be this part with the 4 trays and the bypass double feed. So it's a really good machine. One is a Ricoh, one is a Savin. I've been told they're made in the same factory. So
Have you used either one of these vendors in the past?
I have used the one out of Colby quite a bit.
And you're satisfied with,
Yes.
with that vendor?
Yes. The one out of Hayes said that he would love to do that, but you know, he doesn't. As close as he comes is Oberlin, so we would be way out here. But they're the same price, so there's, it's up to you guys.
I think since you're already using a vendor out of Colby and you're satisfied with their service,
Yeah,
that would be the way I'd go.
Okay.
Well, I agree, just for the service.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
Well, and she's got that personal contact already, somebody she knows. And
I do. So and I did contact High Plains Office Supply again and asked them for a bid, and he has completely got out of it totally. So
okay.
he's not involved in it. So that was, he had the maintenance agreement on the one that I have right now. So question is, how do you want to pay for this, or how are we going to, do we have enough in the budget to do this or whatever?
Well, I don't know. The man that has that answer just
Take it out of your wages.
walked out.
Can we prorate it out? No. No. Yeah, no. Don't go there.
Judging by the amount of money that you have generated with
Yeah.
this copy machine,
Yes. Yeah, it'll pay, it will.
Well, we decided then it needs to come out of general.
It
That's
comes out of
what-
general,
Yeah,
yeah,
courthouse general.
yeah. Yes, that's where it's gonna come from. So we're looking at, what else now? We're looking at a total, and I thought I had one. It was on, maybe on the front of this one. From what I could, with the maintenance agreement and the dollar amount at 48, 22, 60, and 60 cents is what I kind of figured. So under 5,000, which you had mentioned that. So we're right in where we think. It's a heavy duty. It looks pretty much like what I have, just a different brand. So I just don't know what to do with that. And if you guys want to wait until you talk about this, but this copier is the one for public one or whatever. If you want to, public text. So we really do have to have one. Really have to have one. The one that we have right now is working, but if it goes down, it goes down.
Let's not wait until we're forced into a corner.
That's what I'm thinking too, because you got to order them, and it's just not like you can pick them up off the floor and get them off the floor somewhere. Any questions?
Yeah, it's 40. And that's with the service agreement.
That's with the service
Maintenance
agreement.
or
I think where did I grab my sticky note? There it is. Here's it breaks down. The machine itself, and then the toner and something else. So it brings it to $44.86, and then the yearly maintenance agreements, which they break it down by the months. I think we can do it by months too. But when I total it up, that's what the cost for a whole year of the maintenance agreement would be. So this is our total dollar outlay for the.
I move we purchase the Rico.
Yeah, it's a Rico 4055 MP.
4055 MP for an amount of $4,486. And I don't know if we need a motion on the maintenance agreement there.
I wouldn't think so, because you're going to have it anyway. It's just included in
And
it.
this would be through Office Works.
Right. Okay, we have a motion and a second to go ahead and purchase a copier, the public copier in the Registered Deeds Office for a total of $4,822.60. All those in favor? All those opposed, same sign. All right,
I will. I'll get with Scott.
Get with Scott, yes.
And we'll get there and whatever needs to be signed, we'll get signed and whatnot, and take care of that today. The other thing that I had to do is I just wanted to let you know that I was going to go to CIC software training. Are you going? Are you
I'm
going
on the fence.
You're on the fence on it. Okay. I want to go at least this year to kind of see and see what the new updates, since they put us through this .NET. There's some new enhancements and stuff like that. So I'd like to go and see what happens with my software. So that's okay with you guys. That's August 22nd through the 24th.
sure, where's it at?
Wichita. Of course.
Yeah.
It'll be in Wichita or Kansas City, right?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeannie.
Okay.
That's something
All right.
we're gonna need.
Well, that's all I have then, so.
All right,
Thank you.
Helen?
I just have one
Oh,
question. Did you decide whether or not you wanted to continue with the rural opportunity zone?
I'm sorry,
Do you want to continue with that rural opportunity zone where they had the student loan forgiveness?
we had discussed it, but I don't know that we made a decision yet.
Okay, that's the only question I had.
Okay.
Which I think you can go ahead and do it, and then the county's contribution, like in the years past, is just a zero, is that right? And then the businesses around town took
The
advantage of it.
businesses could do it. If the county would decide to do it, that'd be $7,500 a year, and I think they're still paying part of that because it was for 5 years.
We'll look into it. Good morning.
Good morning. Jason and I are here as part of the board members representing the Cheyenne County Development Corporation. And Helen asked us to give you a little overview of what we do. We serve the Cheyenne, including Bird City, St. Francis, and Wheeler for economic development and tourism. We offer business classes through the Kansas Small Business Development Center. Helen has notebooks available for any businesses who would like to start up or need assistance. We partner with different people within the region to help with some financing if we can. She also helps with the tourism, where she promotes activities within the community, distributing brochures all over the state, and she's constantly running out of brochures, so that's a good thing. People are picking them up. She talked to you about the neighborhood revitalization rebate there. We just put in the Land and Sky Scenic Byways, so she's promoting that, which goes from from Sharon Springs all the way up to the Nebraska line. We were recently featured in Midwest Living magazine last year with Your Rickery Breaks, and looks like they'll be looking at it again here next week. So she's going to be visiting with them again. Other things that we have are, we upgraded the rest area up there. If you'll notice, there's a kiosk up there. She painted everything, so there's information up there for tourists when they come into town. This is also our 4th year in a row to do the Next Generation Roundup for Youth, and Bergen's back here. This is her 2nd year with us as a summer intern. So she's a sophomore. She will be a sophomore at Wichita State. We are also implementing some bus tours with U.S. Highway 36 that can be completed in 1 or 2 days, so she's in communication with them. Kansas Sampler Fest, that will be here next year. It's called the Big Kansas Road Trip now. Next May it will be in Cheyenne, Sherman, and Wallace counties. So there will be May 2nd through the 5th. There will be activities going on in the community. We also work with Kansas Small Business Development Center, Kansas Workforce, Northwest Kansas Planning and Development. Helen the group belongs to the Northwest Kansas Travel Council, Pioneer Development Corporation, Northwest Kansas Housing, Tour Kansas, Travel Industries Association, and U.S. Highway 36. Western Kansas Rural Development, they all help with funding or services for new businesses who want to start up. So, you have any questions? I know that was a quick overview.
No, I don't think so.
And also, and I'm going to go over just briefly the numbers too. And just on behalf of the board, we want to thank you guys for your yearly contribution. That money really makes it so that we can, be a part of all these organizations and do a lot for promoting Cheyenne County. So, just to be a part of a lot of these organizations and what we do. With CREDA, PCDI, U.S. Highway 36, it runs usually about $20,000 a year. We spend about $40,000 a year on payroll for Helen and also for our summer intern. And then we've got some other, expensive utilities, things along those lines. Our total budget for next year is coming out at about $77,000 with a contribution from Cheyenne County and also St. Francis. We come up a little bit short. We're coming up about $17,000 short of that goal. We do have some plans as to how to raise that money. A lot of it, we're going to go around and talk to businesses and see if they'd be willing to, sponsor, our participation in one of these groups, things along those lines. We've got a couple of ideas that we're kicking around about how to try and raise that extra money. We're also going to be going and talking to the Bird City City Council here in a week or so too, and they usually have not been contributing, but we're going to see if we can talk them out of a little bit of money. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. That is really brief, but basically that's how we spend the money that we get. So.
Okay.
Any questions you can think of? Okay. Well, thank you very much.
What was last year? 32,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Jeff, you requested a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got some important things to try to settle. Look first at this final version of the pro forma, and mainly I need to hear from the commissioners where to set the room rates, the fees. So we'll take a look at this. So year one, the estimate is census of 7.5. So that's an occupancy of 75%. Set the daily rate at $120 per day. That comes out to $3,650 per month. So it has increased a little bit from the earlier estimate. And the commission had felt a little higher rate would be appropriate. So that's where it's at now. That's our proposal, but it's not fixed. We'll go with whatever the commissioners would like to set.
Say that number again, please.
The monthly rate, $3,650.
Is that competitive with surrounding areas or facilities?
It is, yeah. Well, I only know about Wheat Ridge. And I'm being told different things, but they say the base rate for larger rooms is $4,100.
So this is a single
The single, yeah,
and the double,
in the range of $1,000 more. But it's flexible. If you feel like it should be a little more than that, fine.
I personally don't.
Okay. This is important because until I have a rate, we can't set up an occupancy agreement. So we can't sign up people to live there until we have an occupancy agreement. So this is like the first step we need to resolve. It's kind of been hanging for a while. And so then the expenses have been pretty much the same as they were, but a little bit tweaked. And so that gives an annual operating revenue of $328,500. The operating expense annually, $272,092, $272.92. So that gives a positive operating margin of $56,408, which is 17.2%, not counting depreciation, which is a pretty good return. And that's the first year, which would be the most difficult year, because we only have estimating 7.5 census there. So what I need is a decision on what rate to charge.
Any discussion?
We can tweak this rate back and forth one way or the other later. I mean,
Yeah, it's not fixed forever, no, but maybe,
Right, I think it's something you'd have to look at maybe annually. I don't
Yeah.
think you'd want to adjust this thing month to month or anything like
that's what I'm
that.
getting at, but I mean, this ain't gonna be a locked-in deal.
No.
no. It's for starters.
Yeah, it's just to get them the numbers they need to complete their,
And I'm thinking the 3,650 is competitive, and you want to try to get people to have an incentive to move in. I think that would be pretty good.
I can't figure out how the LA government puts their numbers, cause I just switched them to.
Can I ask that we table this and maybe schedule a special meeting because we just got this and
Yeah.
we've got to take a look at it.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, but I need to know pretty soon, I think, just for the sake of keeping
Well,
everything's on
we-
track.
We understand that, Jeff, but, you know, after what we've been through,
Yeah,
we need time to take a look.
yeah,
at
no, I
this
understand
to
that
make
too,
sure.
that's fine, but I mean,
You want to shoot for maybe Monday, August the 6th?
I've got an election the next day. And I'll be getting ready for that election.
You'll be busy the day after, I'm sure.
I mean, I could do Friday morning, this Friday morning.
I cannot.
Okay.
I have a meeting at Goodland.
Or afternoon.
Afternoon would work.
I can make Friday work somehow.
Okay, Roger. Friday afternoon at 1?
Don't know Friday morning, I don't know how far behind I am, but I can shoot for that.
Okay. So we'll table this decision until we have a chance
Okay.
to read it over. And
Fine.
then we'll call a special meeting for 1 o'clock on Friday, the 3rd.
$1 o'clock, we said?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have another important matter to bring to your attention, and that is the fact that we've had a leaky drain pipe in the kitchen at the village. And so we called some plumbers to come and take a look, and one of them I brought here, Ralph. He's here to explain what he found as a result of looking for that pipe. And there's a tunnel underneath the kitchen, and maybe we can invite Ralph to show and explain, because this is a problem that needs to be addressed before the floor
I was up there looking for
collapses.
the other bit on that dish machine, and I knew there was canyons underneath that kitchen, so I got underneath there. And since the last time I was under there, there's been a drain line, a 2-inch break underneath there. The water's been going down there for, well, a long time. Here's the pictures of it, so you don't have to get down in there. That's how deep it is on a 5-gallon bucket. Here's your main line here, that's broke at the other end of it. The real thing is the shoring under there, it's caving in from the plywood here. This is farther back in the canyon. Right here's the kitchen floor, or the ceiling in there. This whole it's a 4x8 piece of plywood, and another half a piece is caved in. The dirt's on top of it. That's what you see here. But it's about 6 to 8 feet out into the kitchen, about where the stove starts. And I know in some of the places, it's only probably 3 inches thick of concrete. It needs to get shored up or something fixed down there.
So what you're saying is we need to, first of all, fix the pipe,
Yeah,
and then figure out a way to,
get it shored up. But right now it needs to dry up. Get the pipe fixed somehow, quit using that. You can't quit using it. The freezers are hooked to it, and they continuously drain.
so it's a condensation line out.
No, it's not those are different types of freezers there. They use the water and they chill the water. They're more like a chiller.
Oh.
And then they get rid of the water. And so they're always constantly, and that's where all that water's coming down there. It's knee deep in the manhole, and then you get into the mud, and you sink right now up to your elbows in mud down there. I do have a bit to get the shoring up in the and fix that pipe.
We're trying to get a second bid from somebody, but I don't think Craig's got anybody to come and take a look.
There's electric lines laying down in it right now. It's, when I got halfway down and seen them, I turned around, came back out, finding them lines to get them shut off or something, and somebody's down there.
Well, as you know, we really would like to have another bid to look at. That's in
Yeah.
our policy.
Yeah, I know.
And,
Craig is supposed to be looking for somebody to come, and
all right.
he hadn't found anybody that'll come till now, except for Ralph. So that will be on our agenda to work on getting another bid.
Let's do that.
What is the estimate in regards to the fixing the pipe under, if that's what's critical?
What would be the start here?
How to get that pipe fixed? It's gotta get dried up first, so,
So what
just the
did,
pipe, to get it fixed, probably $250 all the way back in there.
okay, so what's your plan though for drying it up? You gonna reroute this line or,
Right, I've gotta get a pump down in there and pump all that water out of there.
right?
And then get a fan down there and get some air circulating and crawl back in there and fix that pipe. They'll have to quit almost using it, shut them freezers down for a good hour, hour and a half, which they can be done. And then the 2 sinks won't be used for while you're down there. And then pump it out in about an hour, hour and a half.
There's a manhole outside the kitchen and the sidewalk. That's the access point, so that's how he gets down, in and out. So we're looking for two quotes, one to repair the pipe and then one to do the whole job.
I think let's start there and see what happens.
Okay. Good, I wanted to check with Scott and see, there was an invoice for a battery for the generator. You received that? I sent it to you a week or two ago.
I believe so, yeah, I think that was paid today.
Yeah, okay, just checking.
Okay, we were really strapped for time this
Yep.
morning. We have our auditor here, so.
Yep,
Anything
I
else we
understand.
can?
No, if you have no questions on the June financial report, then it's not a lot different from what it has been the last few months.
Okay, and we'll see you again on Friday afternoon.
1 o'clock, very good,
All right.
appreciate that.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Yep.
Okay, let's take a 5-minute break and come back. All right,
That's fine.
All right, thank you.